what do you think you might tell younger Gary?
That you're Superman, and like Superman, you have a kryptonite. And that kryptonite is you are incapable of being candorous to the people you care about the most.
Telling people the truth and not sugarcoating it all?
Yeah, I think I've always been known as being direct and being honest with people. You know, and if you're going to work with me or for me, I owe you that. And I also owe you to do everything I can to make you a success.
So what I want to start with is I want to start with the idea of maybe we need to break the chain from spending this kind of money on these things. So I'm going to do something I think you've probably never seen before in your life. I'm going to separate myself from this watch. And I want to make sure, Tyler, I want to make sure we can see that it's a Rolex. Can you see that? I just want to make sure people can see that what I'm doing is legit here. I don't know if you guys see where this is going, but can you also see what this is? This is a hammer, just like the one my grandfather used to use, a tiny little hammer. I don't know how much damage I can do myself, but I want you guys to see that it's happening. Because I want to separate myself, and I think this is the place to do it, Columbia University.
So undefinable to so many people and important to so many people, this word of success. When we talk about success, what does that even mean to you?
I think that's a good question. Interesting question. No one's ever asked me that in 30 years of interviews. No, really, it's a fascinating question. No one has ever said that question. How do you define success?
Here's my Think and Grow Rich. Now, I've been reading this every day for 57 years. I keep the elastic around it to hold it together. Pages are falling out of it. The man that gave it to me, he said, Bob, if you will read this every day and do exactly what I tell you, you can have anything you want.
Welcome to today's guest, Corey Poirier. Yeah, kind of like a modern day Napoleon Hill.
Sir Corey Poirier.
Corey Poirier.
Johnny Doom is here. You're actually the only person that I've ever interviewed that's interviewed more people than I have.
Yeah, you speak as well?
Yes, I do.
I know when I'm in the presence of greatness.
Thank you for your time and your great questions.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, your questions I'm interviewed a lot. I was interviewed 155 times over the course of 5 months, and pretty much a lot of them were the same questions. But you got out a number of things that I've never said before based on the richness of your questions.
The thing about this is thank you for giving my audience one of the greatest tips that we've ever had on this show for actually applying it to your craft.
Poirier.
He's either 420 years old or he's worked out how to maximize every second of every day to create a body of work that is hugely impressive.
I'm not sure when you discovered this wisdom, so I'm curious. I used to ask this time machine question. If you could jump into a time machine and go talk to a younger self, what would you tell them? I'm curious, when did you know this stuff? Like, would you go back and tell your younger self this stuff, or would you just let him learn it on its own?
Ultimately, it has to be an experience. I can share this idea with you, but then your understanding will be intellectual and inferential.
Corey, is based on the philosophy that you can't lead anybody else until you first lead yourself.
Corey, you're a delight. Hey, thank you so much. You're awesome.
People. I have to interview you on how to interview people, because like after you learn a few things after 6,500.
Yeah, Corey's, and we love Corey, so that's the give me. We think he's the best of the best. But
the most downloaded podcast in the world was on there twice, but I was able to do it from the comfort of my home office in my.
This is it. I'm done, guys. Listen, since it's my last one, I'll say whatever the hell I want to.
Okay, so welcome everybody to kind of an informal interview / Q&A that we have with Shay Robot. I'm so excited to be here with Shay.
Okay, to be continued. Sounds good to me.
Next time you'll be in the studio when you come back, yes. Right?
Yes, 100%.
You'll be right next to me. Okay.
Appreciate you, Corey, and congrats on this series. I'm super pumped for you.
Because you love yourself.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10. with Believe Nation.
Well, thank you, Corey. Always fun.
You're such a great interviewer as well. You know, I'm being interviewed by so many people, but you have one of the kindest and generous heart. So thank you for that.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Lots of love and light to all of you.
And so my last question, Ken, is a question I'd like to ask everybody I talk to. My question, to kick things off, is how many people would say that customer service, in their opinion, as a general rule, has gotten worse overall?
Because he was the biggest mistake we've ever had. And we're not only learning from him, but we're evolving.
Well, Corey, it'd be really, because you are very, very successful. I mean, hundreds of thousands of books is nuts. That puts you in the top 1% of writers. Love to have you actually do a show.
What power you have until you use it. You know, you should know that better than others. You know, you're very successful with everything that you do, and it opens doors. It opens minds. You know, and whether I kind of think that God gave me the wrestling thing so I'd have a platform to speak.
And you could jump ahead and talk to the older, wiser you, 20 years older and wiser. And you could ask them one piece of advice. That's quite a bit of research about what the high achievers do. And when I say high achievers, I don't mean from a money perspective. I mean the people that are influencing other people, impacting other lives, and changing the world. I was invited to try my hand at a stand-up comedy workshop. If I can get you a gig tonight at a local comedy club, how many people will jump on that stage? I see two partial hands.